guys, welcome back to Pediatric Therapy Essentials. Would you like to know how to turn all this crazy Dollar Tree stuff into fun activities for kids? Well, stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to Pediatric Therapy Essentials. I'm Dr. Heather Sossaman and I'm a pediatric physical therapist. Well, in this week's video, we are going to be going back to the Dollar Tree, one of my favorite stores, and talking about some new things I found there and how I'm using them in therapy. So the first thing we're going to talk about is school supplies. Now, the Dollar Tree always has lots of different school supplies at the beginning of the year, but I was excited that I found some supplies that really work for kids with special needs. So the first thing I found was glue sticks. They have nice large size glue sticks that are great for hands that might not be able to grab the smaller ones that you find in conventional stores. They also have really large button calculators, and these are great for kids that have difficulty with the fine motor control it takes to press the smaller buttons, or even kids with visual impairments. And the last thing I found was scissors. They have these little scissors that have a lift assist in them to help kids that have difficulty with cutting. Now, my guess is that these scissors are not quite as high quality as those you might find on the therapy websites, but for just $1, it can't hurt to try them. Okay guys, you have to promise to not laugh at me when I tell you about this next one. And that is this suction cup cat toy. Now, hear me out. So I was thinking that it would be really fun to use this toy to help kids jump and reach overhead. So you can attach the suction cup to a door or wall at different heights and ask kids to try to jump high enough to hit the toy. Now there's ribbons and streamers on this one, but I was thinking that you could add bells or all kinds of different things to give an auditory feedback to let the kids know when they hit the toy. Okay, next on my list is these very cute plastic containers. Now, as I've told you guys in the past, most therapists have to be really careful about what we decide to put in our therapy bag because we have to lug it around all day, right? So most of the stuff in there is usually lightweight and dual purpose, so we can do lots of activities with the same thing. Well, these plastic containers absolutely fit that bill. First of all, they're super light and they stack inside each other, taking up a whole lot less space in your bag, and you can put other toys in them when you're trying to pack your bag. So here's the ideas I had to use with these plastic containers. First of all, you can stack them. If you'll notice inside, there are these little ridges, which mean that the containers actually stack on themselves. So you can use them like stacking blocks, which is a great way to work on things like graded control, or depending on how high you build your tower of stacking bins, you can work on getting up and down from the floor. You can work on squatting to the floor to pick up the container and stack it on the next one. There's lots of fun things you can do. I was also thinking that you could use these containers to play like a game of skee ball. So you can line the containers up and you can use loofahs or balls or bean bags and have the kids try to throw them into each container, getting higher and higher points the farther away they can throw it and make a basket. Now, because these containers are plastic, it means they work really well with dry erase markers. So if you take a dry erase marker and draw either numbers or letters on the bottom side of the containers and spread them out around the room, you can have kids jump between containers. So you can say jump to letter A, now jump to letter F, or the numbers in the same way. You can also use the bottom to draw different activities, right? So depending on how artistic you are, you can draw a kiddo jumping, you can draw a kiddo doing jumping jacks, or doing cat and cow on the bottom of the containers and create a little obstacle course in whatever room you're in. The other thing you can use these containers for is learning how to negotiate obstacles, right? So we're a lot of times working on how to go over and around different things so that our kids better negotiate their environment. So you can use these like stepping stones where kids can step over them. Obviously, I wouldn't have them step on them because they are made of pretty thin plastic and they would not hold a child's weight, but you can have them step over, go around, go between. You can even have them jump over depending on their skill level. So these guys are great because they're lightweight, they stack inside themselves, and they have multiple uses. All right, next on my list is these guys. So I have several kids on my caseload that have some movement limitations that don't allow them to do things like paint with a paintbrush, but they love art. So I tried to come up with some different ways that these kiddos could paint using different things I found at Dollar Tree. So number one, you could use a loofah. And I did this with a bunch of kids last year and we had a great time creating like an ocean underwater theme with our loofah paintbrushes. You can also use this sink scrubber brush. So the foam on the end will allow it to hold the paint and the larger handle at the bottom makes it easier to hold. Or I was thinking this meat chopper would be really cute too to make different stars on a piece of paper. If you're trying to work on a finer type of motor control in the fingers, you could put cotton balls on the end of clothespins and use that to make dots and clouds and circles. There's lots of different things you can do to make painting a little bit more fun and a little bit more accessible. All right, the last two things on my list, guys, is muffin tins and ice cube trays. So there's lots of fun activities you can do with these guys. And what I think is fun to do is write numbers in the bottom of each ice cube tray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have kids put the corresponding number of items in the tray. So in tray number 1, that has the 1, I'm gonna put 1 bean or 1 bead or 1 bear for sorting in that tray. Obviously, number 2, I'm gonna put 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. If you want to make it a little more difficult, you can have the kids use tongs to pick up the items and place it in the ice cube tray. Or if you need to make the activity a little bit easier, you might want to use the muffin tin for the same activity because you have a larger area to work with to put the item in. Okay guys, I hope you found some new activities that you can try with your kids from the Dollar Tree. If you'd like to see more of my Dollar Tree activities, I will link those videos up here. Before you go, I wanted to take just a minute to tell you about my new Etsy shop. I recently opened a shop on Etsy named PTE Creations, and here I have t-shirts that support all of you amazing professionals out there that are working with special needs kids. So I have t-shirts for PTs, OTs, SLPs, my special ed teachers, yours are in process and coming, and I also have some very cool inclusion shirts that support kids of all ability levels. And I have to say, those are my favorite as of right now. So I hope you guys will head over and check out the shop. Well, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to this channel. If you'd like more information on anything I talked about today or any of my other videos, please pop over to my website, pediatrictherapyessentials.com, and check it out there. Well, I hope each and every one of you has a fabulous week, and I cannot wait to see you next Saturday. Bye.